Here on Mountain News this morning, one Eastern Kentucky high school pays tribute to a football legend, celebrating his life and legacy. And the Federal Drug Enforcement Administration issues a public safety alert for the first time in 6 years.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Dakota Makris. It's just before 5 o'clock here on Mountain News this morning. Let's head over to Letcher County where we find our Brandon Robinson for a look at your foggy forecast this morning. And Brandon, it's looking kind of spooky out there, so maybe Halloween's come a little bit early.
Listen, it's getting closer to almost in real time this morning because we've got our delay cut back a little bit, so we're in pretty good shape. So we're going to continue to watch that this morning. But yeah, you're right, foggy out there. We're going to continue to see that trend as we head out the door this morning, especially down near the Kentucky, Virginia, and Tennessee borders. So let's take a look at that on the visibility map. Anything less than 5 miles here is pretty dense fog. That includes Moorhead, that includes London, and then everybody along the Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia borders there, with the exception of Wise. The Irvin sensor went back to sleep this morning when it comes to temperatures, but you can see, just like yesterday, the contrast in temperatures. Cooler near the border, 55. Monticello, Jonesville, Wise are cool spots. 65 in Jackson, our warm spot this morning. Got to 81 yesterday at the airport. We were forecasting 80, so not too bad. Forecasting 81 again today. I think we'll see a few clouds this morning, maybe a patch of fog there, here or there. So otherwise, I think it's going to be another nice day, another above average day as well. Full forecast on the way in just a little bit. Dakota.
All right, Brandon, thank you. Well, on Tuesday, Johnson County lost legendary high school football coach Jim Matney after he died with COVID-19 complications. Coach Matney won 2 state championships at Johnson Central and won a total of 309 games as a high school football coach at Johnson Central and previously Sheldon Clark High School. After his death, the community, faculty, staff, coaches, students, and players came together at the football field to light up the turf and remember the legacy the coach left behind.
He gave it all, every Friday night, and when the lights come on, he was Coach Matney, and like no one else is like him. He is a one and only, definitely, but he's going to be missed by a lot,
Definitely some heartbreaking news there. Johnson Central running back and defensive back Coach Blake Gamble said the team is scheduled to play Clay County High School on Friday, and it'll be an emotional game for the team, the coaches, and the community. Well, Pfizer says it is testing a new pill that could help keep the coronavirus at bay if a close contact, such as a family member, gets sick. Pfizer says it plans to enroll more than 2,000 people in a trial to test the drug combination that would also entail use of an HIV drug. People participating in the trial will either get the treatment or placebo twice a day for 5 to 10 days. Results from this study are expected by the end of the year. Well, if you're a smoker, getting infected with COVID-19 could result in devastating consequences. A new study in the British medical journal Thorax studied more than 400,000 people who battled the virus. It found people who currently smoke and get COVID are 80% more likely to be hospitalized. They're also at much higher risk of dying from the virus. Researchers did say current smokers are not at higher risk of getting COVID. Experts who conducted the study say they wanted to push back against early pandemic theories that smokers face a less severe infection after catching the virus. Well, the positivity rate in the Commonwealth continues to decline. Governor Andy Beshear announced 4,551 new cases of COVID yesterday, increasing the statewide total to 684,989. And there were 56 new deaths reported as well, bringing the death total to 8,635. The positivity rate is less than 10.5%. You can always find the latest COVID-19 information over on our website at WYMT.com. Well, this month is Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month, and while the month is almost over, one Whitley County family is raising awareness year-round in memory of their daughter. 16-year-old Bethany Lawson died by suicide on August 11th, 2018. Her mother says, Melissa says her daughter was a bright light in the lives of so many people. She and her family started a program called Bethanys Hope as a way to remember her.
I'm a firm believer that if you want to heal or you're going through something, you need God's guidance in that. And if you don't have that, you're going about it the wrong way. You're not going to do it as well. I will just say that. I can't imagine going through something like this without him.
And Melissa says while Bethany did not show any warning signs, she encourages everyone to look out for each other. The Federal Drug Enforcement Administration is warning Americans of fake prescription pills. Our Jade Saylor spoke with the DEA administrators in Louisville and police in Hazard about the issue.
The Federal Drug Enforcement Administration issued a rare public safety alert, warning Americans of an alarming increase in deadly, inaccessible fake prescription pills containing fentanyl and methamphetamine.
Absolutely do not buy pills online, via e-commerce, or through social media. It's basically they're playing Russian roulette with their lives.
The fake pills can look real or like something you may have been prescribed in the past, but that is not always the case.
Individuals don't know what they're getting. It may look like a pill that was obtained from a pharmacy. However, it's the same color, may have the same impression, but it's potentially laced with something deadly.
Hazard Police Chief Deputy James East says this is something they have seen locally.
People the dope dealers are pressing them and they're lacing them with fentanyl.
The DEA administration and Hazard Police say the surge in fake pills and drug overdose has dramatically increased since 2019.
Over the last couple of years, we've seen an increase in the amount of pressed or simulated pills, and we've seen a significant increase in methamphetamine.
It is important to know these pills are being manufactured outside of pharmaceutical or a laboratory type setting.
The only safe and legal medications are the ones that come from licensed and accredited medical professionals.
Taking prescribed pills from a legitimate pharmacy is the only way to know for sure that they are safe. In Hazard, Jade Saylor, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the number of counterfeit pills the DEA found with fentanyl has jumped more than 430% since 2019. Well, thank you so much for getting your day started with this here on Mountain News this morning. When we come back, the stresses and struggles of the pandemic causes an increase in cannabis use among a certain population group.
And the forecast continues to stay pretty nice for the most part. We're seeing some mild temperatures this morning, and I have some better news as we head toward the weekend as well. Those details in 3 minutes.